Hello, totally. Here's a video I promised you a few days ago. This is the Model 1885 Winchester Highwall. This particular rifle was made into a custom varmint rifle and target rifle by Charles C. Johnson. This particular example was built somewhere around 1950, 1951 for some unknown shooter in Canada. My old hunting partner, Elwood Epps, although he couldn't confirm it, he believed this rifle was probably made for Charles S. Landis, a sports shooter and writer in Canada. He was actually an American citizen, but he wrote for a magazine that is now known as Ontario Out of Doors. At any rate, it's a lovely rifle. The lighting in the shop here doesn't do the stock much justice. It's really rather beautiful. It needs a bit of metal work and polishing on the barrel, but I don't want to really change it from what it was. That's a Lyman Super Target Spot. This particular model is a 15 power. It's actually, for glass that's 80 years old, it's very clear and bright. Still has the original metal lens caps, threaded lens caps. Shooters in the day would often use bullets like these right here that were made from 22 rimfire cartridges. Especially during the Second War, when brass and other materials were in short supply, hunters and shooters had to make do. And varmint hunters, some of them had swages to make their own bullets. I currently don't use these bullets anymore. These are an example from my good friend Dave Tibbett in Western Ontario. He made these up. I'll go a little bit into the history here. We've got right here, we've got a 219 zipper cartridge. It's, you know the history on it. Model 65 Winchester rifle. Went out of production in the late 1940s. A lot of gunsmiths and experimenters made up cartridges very much like this one, which is a 219 improved zipper. This particular cartridge was spawned from the zipper cartridge. Now this particular rifle, this example here, is actually chambered in this cartridge right here. For all intents and purposes, we'll call it a 219 improved zipper. However, it's Charles C. Johnson's version of the cartridge. His version, longer neck, and this was to accommodate graphite wads without confining the powder charge. Charles C. Johnson's version of the 219 improved zipper was based on this cartridge, which is a 22 Savage high power. You heard me speak of Elwood Epps before. Here's Elwood's cartridge for Elwood's rifle. And this is a 22 Marcy Anti-Blue Streak, which again is a based from the 22 Savage high power. These cartridges have similar neck length, but are longer, much longer than the original 219 improved zipper. So in a way, these cartridges are improved zippers, but they're really improved versions of the 22 Savage high power. These cartridges here predate the introduction of the 219 zipper by about 12 years. So it's they're a little older. Again, this particular rifle by C.C. Johnson was built and chambered somewhere 1950, 1951. This is a reasonably accurate rifle. In the terms and the context of the time, this is a very accurate rifle. It routinely groups about 1 3/4 inch, 1 7/8, 200 yards, which roughly translates into 7/8 or 15/16 at 100 yards, which at the time was quite good. Currently, I use this rifle occasionally for varmint hunting, but obviously I use great care in handling it. It requires some bluing here. That'll have to be done by a gunsmith. But I haven't done anything with this rifle really in 25 years. I've just loaded and shot for it. Now, back in the time that this rifle was made, a lot of shooters relied very heavily on BL-C1 powder, the forerunner of Hodgins Ball C2. Eventually the supplies of Ball C1 ran out, or some people just called it Ball C at the time. When that ran out, a lot of shooters used IMR 3031, which is a little fast for this application, but certainly effective. It wasn't until a little later that shooters started using 4895 and IMR 4350. And I use Ball C2 in this particular application, which seems to work okay. I've been happy with it for what I do. But regardless, that's a quick look at the Charles C. Johnson model 1885 Winchester rifle, custom, and made into Charles C. Johnson's own version of the 219 improved zipper. Hopefully, totally, this provided you some information. I'm sure you know it all long before this video, but just a brief history on the rifle. And I was so impressed with your video that you made a few days ago with a 243 Winchester target rifle with a universal scope that I thought after viewing the rifle you might be interested in seeing my old varmint and target rifle. Thanks for your encouragement and your kind words, totally. All the best for 2021.